Hey guys, I'm here to talk about few books that actually express how people feel on the inside, like the inner battles that some face in their day-to-day life, like how some struggle to live every day, like how we knowingly or unknowingly hurt such people. Hence the name Inside Out. I have 6 random books that I read or reread recently. There is no ranking. I'm just gonna go through them in an alphabetical order. First book I have is A Very Large Expanse of Sea, written by Tahereh Mafi. Many of you would have heard about this book. The story revolves around a Muslim girl who shuts herself off from the world to avoid racist comments and jokes and bullying. She meets Ocean James, who tries to understand about her culture and beliefs by his silly questions and ridiculous comments. This book made me realize that sometimes people don't even know that they are giving away racist comments and jokes. When you are so used to hearing some jokes and lines often, it becomes a part of our normal and we don't even realize it's out of line. Many a times we just cross the line and hurt others without even realizing it. This is something to be thought about. The next book I have is Eliza and Her Monsters. Eliza is an introvert who does not have any real friends, whereas in her world of webcomics, she is the famous Lady Constellation who has many friends and a huge number of fan followers. When her identity gets exposed, her world is changed upside down. This book made me understand a little bit more about introverts and why they shy away from a normal conversation. How confident they are in their comfort zone and how complicated it is for them to make friends in a normal way. I personally have not seen many introverts around me, but this book also made me realize that even if I had seen an introvert or come across an introvert, would I even have made time to go and talk to them? So I would have probably ignored them, not even realizing that I have ignored such a person. The next I have is a Fangirl, written by Rainbow Rowell. This book is about Kath, who loves to write fan fiction about Simon Snow more than anything. Her whole world is just her twin sister Ren, and Simon Snow. When Kath and Ren go to college, Ren's excited about making new friends and exploring her life, leaving Kath to be on her own. How Kath manages to step out of her comfort zone is the rest of the story. This book expressed Kat's struggle with social anxiety disorder in the best way possible and also gave her a way out. For anybody who is suffering from anxiety, this is a book that understands them perfectly. The next book I have is The Boy Who Steals Houses, written by C.G. Drews. So, this book is about Sam and his elder brother Avery, who is autistic. Being orphaned and on the run for reasons I'm not gonna tell, Sam struggles to make a life for them. He steals houses when their owners are away and tries to find a temporary home. One day, the family returns sooner than anticipated, and Sam gets stuck in their home. The family has a lot of teenagers, and each assume Sam to be a friend of the other. Sam makes use of this misunderstanding and stays back and gets a glimpse of an actual home until one day when he gets exposed. The book did not dwell much on all the bad things that happened to Sam. It gave a more optimistic view of what happens when a person gets something that they have longed for longer than anything. I absolutely adored this book and I'll treasure this book forever. It just expressed so much about the beauty of giving. So, the next book I have is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, written by Mackenzi Lee. This story revolves around Monty, who is a spoiled, self absorbed, selfish, self everything, not so good person, and his friend Percy. Before life takes them apart, they go on a Europe tour where life changing events happen to Monty. You might be wondering why I have this book under this inside out list. That's because Monty changes from being a prick to an acceptable human being. Irrespective of whether his reasons for being a prick are justified or not, this book gave hope that such people are capable of changing, or more like they are capable of realizing what life is. So that means something. And I really liked that part in this book than anything else. So the next book I have here is 100 Days of Sunlight, written by Abbie Emmons. This is the story about Tessa, who loses her eyesight for 100 days after an accident. In the meantime, her grandparents give an ad for a typist to help Tessa with her writing and blogging. Weston comes in the place of the typist and tries to calm down the angry Tessa and shows her happiness in tough times. This might not be the best book that handles this delicate subject, but this is the one that I read recently and I liked it. This book showed the mental state of a person who's disabled even for a short time. All the anger and the pain that Tessa felt were very much relatable. It is not easy for the people around as well to handle a person with a disability going through such phases. That's what was concentrated more than Tessa's pain. At least that's what I felt. What Weston does in this book is not easy. Just because he has experienced doesn't mean it was easier for him to help Tessa. I loved how this book equally stressed about the people around who are helping the people who are facing the disability. That's all I've got now. I like a good book that gives something to think about. Have you read any life changing books as such? Please mention in the comments below. I would love to read such books. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Keep reading books. Until the next review, this is Darshini signing off.